Welcome everybody to match day something of the Premier League season. I don't know what it is. I want to say 13? 13? Should we say 13? There we go. Hello. Nice to all see you. It's a Hammers Chat watch along. It's Chelsea versus West Ham United. And it's a lot. I've had a very stressful couple of moments there, trying to sort everything out. It all broke. Don't know why. Literally couldn't tell you. Literally could not tell you if I knew. The other stream was like, nah, can't work on that one. Tried to sort it out for about half hour, didn't work. So here we are. Right, first things first. Let's address the elephant in the room. Nice to see you all, by the way. When I'm looking this way, I'm looking at you. Let's address the elephant in the room. Don't look at the Charlie team, trust me. Thank you, Irish Tommy. That's exciting. Is it echoing? Let me know if it's echoing. I can't tell. I don't think it should be, but do tell me if it is. Tell me if it is. Right, so let's just get to the elephant in the room. Right, obviously, as you can see, I am by myself. Right, there is no one here. Usually young Tom is here. He is not here. If you don't know, he announced about halfway through last week, young Tom will no longer be doing anything with Hammers Chat. He's off doing his own thing. Aphos32, if you haven't seen it, go subscribe. Go have fun over there, which includes the watch-alongs. Unfortunately, he will no longer be doing the watch-alongs with myself, which is frustrating and annoying and sad because obviously it was our thing. We love to do it with all of you, and it was a grand old time. Unfortunately, that is no longer the case. So, how do we solve this problem? Well, a couple of things. First thing is, they're still going to be happening. As you can tell, hello. I'm still here. That's why all the borders look a bit different. This is something I whipped up in about half an hour this afternoon. So that's going to change over time, and everything's going to change. The thumbnail, that's why that looks different. It's all going to change. It's all going to some stuff's going to be a bit different. But what's going to stay the same is this, right? Me and you, we're going to be doing these together. We're going to be rocking these together. And I've got some cheeky little things. I've got some guests to come up. I've got some different little segments, and I've thought of it. I was thinking about it in the back of my mind anyway before all this, but there may be some of you getting involved. But that's all for the future. That's all for the future. Mikel Arteta, fair enough. See you later. Just good to see you. That's all for the future. Look at the Discord in the link below. And Boxing Day, I will be making some announcements on that. So, what am I doing today? Right? Well, we're going to be doing the watch along as per usual. Me and you having big chats about football and basically anything else because you know what we're like. And then on top of that, at halftime, Gio will be joining us. Gio was not around for what seemed, I clicked on it very briefly, what seemed like Gonzo's drunken madness. I don't know. That's what it seemed like. I don't know. I didn't watch it properly. However, Giamacchi will be here at halftime. Just to stop me from floundering, really, if we're being honest about it, that's probably what's going to be the case, isn't it? But we'll be here. So if you haven't already, like I said, Aphos32 is the channel. Go subscribe, have some fun over there. Great FIFA videos. And for now, it'll be me. So hello, everyone. I tell you what, let's just get straight into teams, shall we? Let's get straight into teams. No time to waste today. No time to waste. Now, I've got an update. If you're a regular around here, you will know my stresses when it comes to how they announce teams. Chelsea, they've done it right. I'll tell you what, because of that, we'll start with them. I don't know the lineups. I've heard this thing with goalkeepers. I don't know. I haven't read them. I don't know. I saw it briefly on Gonzo's thing. But let's have a look, shall we? Let's start with Chelsea's. As I say, they did it right. It's just a JPEG. Why is this so difficult for most teams? Just give me a JPEG. That's all I want. Just upload a JPEG on Twitter and I'm fine. I'm happy then. I'm happy. Good to see you, CB. In fact, actually, before we do that, hello to everyone in the chat. Alan, Anthony, Archie, Aphos32, go subscribe. Black Rose, Boothammer, Brad Baumgartner. CB, my bro, good to see you. Connor, good to see you as well. My birthday, bro. Dave Penn, Dylan Williamson, Eric Olstead, Ganu Bell, what a name. Irish Tommy, Jeffrey Stelly, Calla Southerland. I don't have Tom to correct me now, so I'm going with that. I apologise. Calla Southerland, correct me. Kevin Crawford, Logan Bowser, Maya Mitch, Mikel Arteta, the King of the Rat Army, Peter Mears, Schizo Base, Tony Pearson, Woolly Jumper, and then something in Korean I can't read because I don't read Korean, but you're more than welcome. Everyone is welcome. Hello, everyone. Good to see you. Good. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me. Right, now let's get to these teams, shall we? Bang. We'll start with Chelsea because they've done it right, because they've done it correctly. Mendy, Azpilicueta, Zuma, Thiago Silva, Chilwell. So that's sort of expected. That was sort of expected. Thingy, what's his name? Their right back. What's their right back called? Someone help me out here. I'll get there. Hang on. Their right back's injured, so we expected Azpilicueta to come in. We expected him. James, thank you, Connor. Reece James, that was it. Was injured. So Azpilicueta comes in, gets the captain armband. Azpilicueta a decent backup. Let's be real about it. Thank you, Jeffrey, as well. Yeah, James. Kante, Jorginho, Mount, Pulisic, Abraham, Werner. Which leaves them with a bench of, I know you can't quite see it because of the way my terribleness is, but Kepa, Rudiger, Christensen, Emerson, Gilmore, Kovacic, Havertz, Hudson-Odoi, Giroud. Scary. It's a good lineup. The thing is with Chelsea is any lineup of theirs is good, right? You look at it and you say, well, Reece James is a loss. I think Reece James has been brilliant. If you listen to anything Gio has said over the past 6 months, he will not stop talking about him. And that's because he has been very, very good. Azpilicueta, not what he used to be, but let's be real, what a backup option that is. Cesar Azpilicueta, #army and all that, but what a boy. Very good defender. Apart from that, a bit shocked their midfield. Jorginho and Kante, I would have suspected they only played one and maybe put someone else in there, probably Kovacic. I don't know. I'm interested to see how that works out. I haven't seen them play sort of together, those three. I haven't seen them play together, so I'd be interested to see, or not for a hot minute, I don't think. Whether they have played or not, I don't know, but I personally haven't seen it. So I'll be interested to see how that works. It's a very functional midfield with those two. And then Pulisic, Abraham, Werner is fast, isn't it? It's very fast, isn't it? Pulisic and Werner on either side of Tammy Abraham, who's not the fastest, but is a very good striker nevertheless. But Pulisic and Werner, Jesus Christ. A lot of pace there. I know a lot of people have been talking about Werner playing out wide recently. I don't want to say it doesn't matter. Like, we all look at him as a striker and we want him to get those goals. And there's a level of effectiveness that potentially doesn't happen when he's out wide because he's not getting those goals. But he did play as a winger when he was younger, and the guy is going. I mean, I don't know who we're playing at right back. I suspect it's Kufau. Oof. Good luck, because that pace is going to be a ting. It's going to be a ting. But let's get on to West Ham. So let's see who we are going to, because again, I've heard this thing about goalkeepers. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Fabianski, Kufau, Balbuena, Ogbonna, Cresswell, Noble, Rice, Souček. Okay. Fornals, Bowen, Haller. Okay, so that's 4 at the back, a 4-3-3. That's interesting. With a bench of Randolph. Okay, I can see why people. I can see what the goalkeeper thing is. People were talking about now. I understand this. Randolph Martin, Diop Dawson, Fredericks Johnson, Yarmolenko Snodgrass, Ben Rama. That's interesting. That's a lineup, isn't it? That's a bench. It's not a very good. It's not a very useful bench. I mean, starting by looking at the team, I guess I'm interested in the reason to sticking at 4 as opposed to going back to 5 at the back. It was something we spoke about on the Patreon show, 2 Spanners, 1 Hammer. We spoke about that, whether we would go to 3 or 4 at the back. Myself, Ray, and Irish Tommy, and I was fully expecting us to go back to 5, even if that meant putting Cresswell at left wing back or maybe someone else. We spoke about, for example, Johnson, maybe playing Nell Fredericks or something like that. I'm interested why we stuck at 4. I can't lie. I am interested in why we stuck at 4. I would have thought we would have gone to the 5 for just the defensive solidity, but I guess the makeup for that would be playing Noble in a midfield 3 and having 3 essentially more defensive-minded midfielders. Which again is interesting to me. One of them has to stick back for me. I said this on that show. One of them has to stick back for me. Got to be Rice. Has to be Rice, IMO. Just because he's the best at doing it. The other two can sort of roam a little bit, but Rice just sitting in front of that back four sweeping, which is what he did so well beforehand. With Fornals, Bowen and Haller, which isn't surprising. That's not a shock. I mean, I'm a bit shocked that Benrahma's not getting the start, but at the same time, if we're changing to a 4-3-3, then it doesn't shock me too much that he'd be the guy to make way and Fornals would stay, because David Moyes, he loves him some Fornals. But let's just one more time. Let's just look at that bench. Randolph Martin, so 2 goalkeepers, which is potentially the most unuseful thing in the world. Diop Dawson, Fredericks Johnson, Yarmolenko Snodgrass, Benrahma. 2 centre-backs, 2 goalkeepers. Okay. That's a ting. That's a ting, isn't it? Where is Lanzini? Supposedly he's injured. I think X tweeted out that he's injured. No striker on the bench. How do you all feel? Let's get some predictions, shall we? Let's get some predictions in the chat. I have no clue what the bloody hell is going to be the score. I would have thought, so if we had changed back to the 5, I would have been like, I think there's something there. I think we could maybe, if we could maybe get in there, maybe get a smash and grab, a little bit of something that we've been doing quite well recently. The 4 interests me, but the 3 interests me more, because I thought if he stuck with 4, it would have been 4-2-3-1. We would have stuck with Benrahma and Fornals out wide, or switch those 2 around, whichever way you think about it, right? But changing to a 3 in midfield is interesting, because Chelsea also have a 3 in midfield, right? But they've got 2 more defensive-minded in Kante and Jorginho, with Mount in there as well. We're sort of matching them. That's a combative midfield. That's coming at you and going, right, we're going to fight you here. And I'm all about that. If you've watched these watch-alongs before, you know I'm all about having a big old scrap. 2-foot challenge every now and then. Let's go. So Noble, Rice and Souček is interesting. And in the front 3, my concern, I guess, going forward-wise, I don't think... So that's my concern defensively, is we're not 5 at the back. Hopefully the midfield 3 sort of mitigates that to an extent, but that's my concern. Going forward, the 3, Fornals, Bowen, Haller, although good players and I like them all, my concern is getting as many people as close to Haller as possible. We saw that a little bit before Benrahma came in, but I think it's been clear for everyone to see that it's been better with Benrahma. I sit on 2 Spanners, 1 Hammer. The Hammer's Trap Patreon exclusive podcast made just for you. Go check it out. I said 2-1 to Chelsea. That was my prediction. I'm going to... I don't know. That's the truth, is that I honestly don't know. I'm going to stick with 2-1 to Chelsea, but my brain, I can't help but think there is something there to get from this game. But it's not like, but the problem is if it's going badly, we've got 2 goalkeepers, 2 centre-backs and 2 right-backs on the bench. Just put a youth player on there. Just lob them on. Even if you think they're not ready, what's the point now in 2 goalkeepers? I know Chelsea have a track record for having to make 2 goalkeeper substitutions, but at the same time, come on. Guys. So what are you thinking? SKS, hello from Prague, I think 1-1. Okay. I'm just keeping scrolling through. When I say that's me reading, because I'm not a great reader despite doing English literature and language. Kala says Souček goal or Haller screamer. He's saying 1-0 West Ham. Dylan Williams 3-0 West Ham scores Fabianski, Randolph and Martin. Big plays. Maybe that's the grand plan. We've had that. There was that rumour of Diop playing up front in training. Maybe that's the grand plan. Maybe we lob David Martin and Darren Randolph up front 2 big boys doing big bits. Maybe. And then the Fabianski one's just one of those freak ones, where you kick it. It happens in winter, usually in a enclosed ground. You kick it, the wind just carries and it goes up. It's not possible. Mia 2-1 West Ham. Connor Matthews 3-1 Chelsea. Probably thinking more along the same lines as me. Happy Hammer 82. Coming your lines 2-1 West Ham. Dave Ben, how badly is Lanzini injured? Not sure. This is just what I've heard. I don't know, to be honest with you. Tamir Karoy, just in case anyone missed it. I will mention it once more. Actually, just before I do that, MGI, how about 2-1 for West Ham? AFA's 16, the real AFA's 32. Got to be 3-0 West. Got to be a 3-0 win. But with Haller up front, Ben, it's bold. CB, Diop, Patrick. Imagine the scenes. Diop off the bench, bang, 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 triple header. Maybe an overhead kick in there. Why not? Why not? Shark Gaming 456 boss. Come on, how can you say 2-1 Chelsea? I think West Ham will win. Because they're very good. Shark Gaming, unfortunately, they've got a very strong side, and we're playing 4 at the back. But that's only because I don't know how the 3 is going to work. I really hope the 3 works. If Rice does just sit, which is what I want him to do, then I'm more confident. Maybe a draw at that point, but yeah. Dave Ben, 1-0 to West Ham from set piece. Abdu, 5-0 for Chelsea. Fair enough. I mean, I can't. Though I can see a morning 0-0, a boring 0-0, I assume is what you meant. Yeah, fair. I wouldn't be surprised. Rebecca, hello, says 2-0 Chelsea. Phil Jones has rocked up. Chelsea 4, West Ham 0, Moyes out. Phil Jones taking a strong stance. So yeah, just for the people who have asked, because some of you probably missed the beginning, because it was such a mess on my behalf. But if you're wondering where my partner in crime is, Afas32, he is no longer doing stuff with Hammers Chat. He's got his own channel, Afas32. Go check it out if you haven't already. Subscribe and all that good stuff. Which means he won't be doing the watch-alongs either, which is why both the watch-along looks different and why it's just me. Yeah, so that's that. Just in case you missed it. Obviously, lots of love to the boy. But Afas16 is the real Afas32. If you're in the chat and you're confused, don't let anyone tell you differently. Don't let anyone tell you differently. You know, don't let them. Just don't let them. Right. Okay. Tahir says also 2-1. There's a lot of confidence I'm liking. To be fair, Foshizi says 2-0 Chelsea. Hello. Right, Fo. 2-0. Yeah, that's bold. But more along the lines of what I'm thinking. Lasse Højbjerg 0-0 19th century style. Get the big black and decker around. Jason Lloyd play 3 keepers in the back. I mean, we'll find out what his master stroke plan is with that. You know, I can't tell. Someone mentioned my advent calendar as well. It's good, isn't it? I'm almost there. I've stuck true to not opening every single day on the advent calendar because I think it's just Tom. If you'd put it in the chat, it's just you know, I feel like, you know, if you open it early, it just spoils it. I know. You know, it's a bit of a childish thing for me to do, to open it one day a week, one day a day, one a day is what I was trying to say there. But yeah, just you got to stay true. You got to stay true. Yeah, Tom, if you're here, put your thing in the chat. Okay, so we've got about 7 minutes till kickoff. Right now, I want to do sub bingo, but I also want. Are we going to see a goalkeeper substitution? Now, the obvious answer is no, but David Moyes, you know, might have a masterclass. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know what you're thinking. Sub bingo. I'm going for 69, as you know. It's your boy. That's how I roll. 69 minutes every single time. But we'll stick to it. We might see 2, says Mixie. It's a bold play. It's a bold play. Rick Ferguson, good evening. Always enjoy watching your show. Thank you, Rick. Good to see you. No on 4 subs, says Richie. Do you know what, Richie? I'm not even going to lie. I think that might be a fair shout. If we're thinking about it logically, if it's not going horrendously, then he might just stick with this. Or we might see like Noble for Snodgrass or something. You know what I mean? Something that's in real, not useful in any useful way. I can't help it. It's just sort of a bit concerning. You know what I mean? Stevie C and Charlie we trust, but co-host Rebecca. Listen, we'll see what happens. Like I said, if you missed the beginning, I've got some ideas going forward about what we're going to do with this. Today is me just sort of carrying it on, making sure it happens, trying to get graphics and stuff just done as quickly as humanly possible. So this isn't the watch along in its final form, but there are some ideas. We've got some guests. Like I said, at halftime we will have Giomacchi on to do a halftime bit. But going forward in the future, again, if you haven't, Discord and link below, do click on it, because on Boxing Day I will be saying something on the Discord talking about the watch along and how to get more involved. That's what I'll say for now, how to get more involved. But I've got some ideas. There's something on my shoulder. I have some ideas, is what I'll say. Slowest team in Premier League history makes Stoke 2013 look like Klopp's Dortmund. I mean, yeah, it's not fast. It's not fast. It's not fast. Especially if you compare it to Pulisic and Werner, who are obviously rapid. So if you see me looking up, it's because there's a spider. I've just noticed, and I'm not big on spiders at all, and so to see it there is just concerning me. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. So what do people say? We had no four sub says Richie again. I think you might be correct, to be honest with you. Eric Olstead says 74 sub bingo. 54 minutes says Jeffrey Stelly. Boothammer 71st minute always. I like sticking true to my 69 even though it never works. Do you know what I mean? I feel like because one day that's going to hit, and if I've changed that day, then I'm going to hate myself. Tom gets to take part for once. 69. Get involved. Nobes at 60. 69 more. Got to be 71st minute from after 16. I mean, it's a smart play. It's like when you watch Price is Right and someone goes £1 above the person before. It's just a smart play. You know what I mean? It's just a smart play. CB, good. I will be hitting you up. Trust me about that. Like I said, Boxing Day in the Discord, there will be an announcement about that sort of stuff for the watch along the next day. Watch along for the next day. Duncan Bass stream. Check the Discord link below. We are but 4 minutes away now from kickoff. One thing I should say, the Patreon exists. The earlier you do it in the month, the better, but we might as well give it one last shout out. There's a thing going on at the moment, if you didn't see Gio's video earlier on in the week, where you can enter into this giveaway, and at the same time we're doing this thing where if you subscribe for a whole month of the whole year of the Patreon, you get money off. You get like 10% off or something like that. Go check it out. Two Spanners, One Hammer. You can come do the show with me. You can come. There's other shows. You can do the opposition. You can see the opposition preview with Gio, which is what I watch and makes me sound like I know what I'm talking about, which is very rare. Which is why the opposition I sort of vaguely know, and us I sound like an idiot because I watched the opposition preview but nothing else. So click on the Discord link below to see the match streams. Well, there's lots of stuff. I'm in a tiz because, to be fair, everything's a mess. Everything's a mess. But sometimes you just got to firm these things. You move, you stroll through. Do you know what I mean? If you're off to watch the game, I love you all. Good to see you all. I'll see you at some point, maybe. Who knows? I will be here, of course, live until full time, in which Gonzo will do his Gonzo's review will be live full time, about a minute after full time. He's doing it by himself because Gio is out and about, but like I said, we will catch him at half time. So thank you all for joining me. I do appreciate that. I'm just pulling up my stream on my phone, is what I'm doing currently, and I'm saying it out loud because that's what's known as filling space. What I've also realised about doing this alone just now is that if I need to pee, it's going to be a problem. Where do you find the Discord? Description below. Should be one of the top links there. So, while this opens, while my phone beats incredibly slow, one last time, hello and thank you for joining me, everyone. Abdu, Adrian, Alan, Affa16, Asa32, Bob Lee, Boothammer, CB, Chris Topper, Londell, Connor Matthews, Jamal. I don't know how I pronounce your name, I apologise. Duncan B, Duncan Bass, Elbow 16, Eric Volstead, Foshizi, James Gunn, Jeffrey Stelly, Max Woolman, MGI, Mixie, Mikhail Anteta, King of the Rat, Ollie, Rebecca Reese, SKS, almost meant Skurs, SKS, Stevie C, Tamir, Wacky Studios, and Clips. Good to see you all. Clips, by the way, put out several bangers this week. Not just the reaction one, but if you haven't subscribed to Clips' channel, go subscribe to West Ham Clips on YouTube because he released some great videos over this week, including Only at West Ham, I think it was called, Clips, to correct me if I'm wrong. But absolute bangers. If you're not already, do go and have a big boy look. Come on, phone. There we go. Panic over. I don't know why you were worried. This means that I will be in sync with myself. What time to be alive that will be. As their teams come out. There we go. Mixie with £5. Thank you so much, Mixie. Happy Rainbow Charlie. Thank you. Merry Christmas to yourself. This is the last one until Christmas, which is going to be... It doesn't feel like Christmas. This year has gone insanely fast. It's been with the beginning of, I was saying this to someone else yesterday, but the beginning of lockdown went incredibly slowly. Those first 2 weeks, basically no movement whatsoever. And then all of a sudden, since then it's been like that. I keep forgetting. Someone else said to me earlier about Christmas. I was like, oh bloody hell, it's Friday, innit? It's Friday, innit? Long. But thank you, Migsy, and a happy Christmas to yourself as well. Happy holidays, happy Christmas, whatever you're doing this Christmas. I hope you have a good time. To everyone, basically. Shout out to literally everyone here. As Rebecca said, her video will be happening after this as well. Go check that out on Hammers Chat Forum channel. Always the best. I would say the best review, personally. That's my opinion on the matter. It's the best one. It's the best one. So I'm gonna have to do some of this like editing on the fly. So I apologise, everyone. One thing I will also say is when Gio comes on, I'm going to have to do all that live. So that's going to be fun for us all to watch, isn't it? Me just flail around. Just horrendous times. Seeing Halle have the Ivory Coast flag above his number is still weird to me. I know it's weird to me too, Connor. I can't lie to you. It is genuinely weird to me. I should pull the timer up. I should be more concentrating on that, shouldn't I? It's weird to me too. It's weird to me too. Clips is a living legend. Can we all just appreciate Clips? Because Clips is a living legend. He's put out some great videos. He just does things. About to kick off. And we're away. It's Chelsea versus West Ham. Scenes. Right, I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to put my phone. I don't know. If you're looking for the watch-alongs, if you're looking for the streams, go to the Discord and then there'll be a thing called Stream Links. Click on there. It should be in there. I haven't checked. I've been trying to sort this out, but you'd hope it'd be in there. Yeah. And one last time, just in case you've just rocked up, such as Wally, Tom is no longer doing stuff with Hammers Channel, therefore he's not doing the watch-alongs as well. Which sucks, but there we go. That's why everything looks a bit different and why it's just me on my ones. Right. I genuinely can't figure out which way this game's going to go. Like, it just doesn't... there's a lot of things I wasn't expecting in here. And I'm not even including the two goalkeepers. I'm including just everything else. There's a lot of things I wasn't expecting, so I can't figure out how this is going to go. We'll see. Wally has 32 subscribe on YouTube. You know what I mean? I'm also a bit concerned. So when we did the Two Spanners One Hammer on the Patreon, when we did the Two Spanners One Hammer on the Patreon, so I was a bit concerned as the ball got whipped in. Irish Tommy raised a point about playing Fredericks. If we move to a back five, playing Fredericks because he played really well in the back five and Soufal has just looked better in a back four. And when it's been a back five, that's not really been his jam, which I thought was interesting, right? Because I hadn't really thought about the idea of bringing Fredericks back in. I trust Soufal defensively, mostly. And he's obviously got great experience, so it's not like I'm too shocked. I'm not too scared about long shot from Jorginho and a very loud thud as it hits the wall. I'm not too shook about the idea of Werner running at him, right? But it was an idea, you know, even in a back four, as much as I don't rate Fredericks defensively, apologise, Wally, I don't mean it. Even if I don't rate Fredericks that much personally, the pace could have been useful against Werner because he is rapid. So again, that's something else. I don't know how this game's going to go. It's something else. Jeffrey Stelly, I joined the Patreon for Charlie. Incredibly kind, Jeffrey. There's lots of other things that go on there, but incredibly kind. Noble Hewis, sorry. Noble in, no Lanzini, no Benrahma, no intention of winning. Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one. Lanzini supposedly is injured. That's where he is. But the other ones, I don't know. I don't necessarily think going with the midfield three is a bad idea. Get a bit of battling in there, and then hopefully that will allow one of the midfield to stay deep and to protect the back four slightly. And again, I really hope it's Declan Rice because the other two I don't trust anywhere near as much as I trust him defensively. But it's weird. It is weird. But I mean, I guess the tactics either way would be to sit deep and hit him on the counter attack regardless. It's not like we're going to rock up and try play tiki taka, is it? So we'll see. We'll see. Jared Bowen going down under the tackle of Ben Chilwell there. Bit of a collision. Nothing more than that for either party. I think it's just a collateral there. A bit of collateral damage, you know. David Moyes is in the chat. Good evening, Dave. Good afternoon. How are you, sir? If you're here, what was you thinking with the two goalkeepers on the bench? What was your thinking? Foshizi, Fredericks is our best ring back. Only joking. I mean, look, let's be real. He kind of is. I don't know. I'd need to deep scoop out wing back a bit more, but that's a wild statement for me to have made there. I don't agree with myself there. Fredericks was in good form in September, though. See, this is why it was an interesting idea to me, because he was. And at that point, you think, well, maybe. But as Ray rightfully brought up, Sufal was man of the match last time. You can't really just lob him straight back out again. Which I think you can, but I'm a lot more ruthless than most people in that sense. You know. Fredericks will give you pace, but nothing else. Yeah, that's the only reason why I would consider putting him in, because you have Werner and Pulisic. So even if they swap sides, you've got one of them to deal with. That's literally the only reason why I would do it. And like I said, Sufal is a well-worn defender. He's been around. He's played in European football. It's not exactly like he has a lack of experience, and he'll face people a lot like that for a long time. You know. See what I mean? I don't know. It was he brought it up and it activated my brain a little bit. That's why I like listening to Irish Tommy. You know, he does that. We don't always agree, as was seen on Friday Night Lights the other night. We don't always agree, but he always makes me think a little bit. It's been a very bitty game so far. Lots of clattering going on. Oh, bloody hell! Sebastian Haller got by 3 people at the same time. They all just hounded him, surrounded him, like something. Oh, quick pass. Rice, round. Oh, he's put it in. Oh, look, it's gone up. Is it offside? What a finish, by the way. Just for a second ago, we talk about that finish. Bloody hell. So the free kick was taken quickly. Rice drifts off. It's incredibly close. It wouldn't surprise me if that goes to VAR. But the through ball was quick. It's a good training ground goal. And then he takes it round Mendy. And the finish is... It's a very good finish by Declan Rice. It's been confirmed no goal. Players carried on. Oh, shame. That was almost a perfect start. And getting a goal early on for us would be absolutely... it would be beautiful. I don't think it's going to happen, but a good training ground goal. And a great... Again, I'm not over it. What finish? Take it round flipping Mendy and then just slot it home like that. It was like me in my prime. Anyway. Irish Tommy would be a great guest on the watch along, buddy, says Jeffrey. I've had similar thoughts, Jeffrey. Again, check out... we'll see the Discord. Great score by Rice, but offside. Yeah, it was offside. It did look slightly offside in the first replay, unfortunately. It was a nice idea. The thing is, you run behind the defender so they don't see you, but then again, you're naturally offside if the line is strong. And the line there was strong. Sean McCarthy says West Ham 2-1. There's a lot of confidence going into this, and I like that. I think not undeserved either. We've gone into a lot of these big games doing... and pulled off some good results. So I see why the confidence is there, definitely. Chilwell just feeling a bit of something on his ankle there after the collision with Bowen from earlier in the game. Makes sense. It did look a bit awful. You know when you fall, when you're like walking along a pavement and you accidentally step off it ever so slightly and then you fall Like it looks like one of those where it hurts for a while. Emerson is coming on. Emerson is coming on. I like Emerson. Now, he's not really shown it too much at Chelsea, but specifically at Roma, I did like Emerson a lot. And I thought it was a good signing for him at the time. It's not really worked out for him. But if Chilwell was out for a significant amount of time, then this could be a good opportunity for Emerson to come on and do his thing. The Italian Brazilian himself. We'll see. Corner to Chelsea. Taken by Mason Mount. 1-0 Chelsea. 1-0 Chelsea. It's Thiago Silva with the goal. That was about as easy as... It was easy, if we're being honest. He rose up. I don't know who's marking him. I'm seeing a lot of names in the chat now. Let's have a look. So... I don't think anyone was marking him. The commentators just said zonal marking, which makes sense. Cresswell's underneath it. He's the one who goes for it closest. Bowen was just sort of in no man's land. That's why I assume it's zonal. Ogbonna was just there as well. Yeah, it's easy. It's easy. It's 1-0 Chelsea. It's Thiago Silva with the header. Shame. First time we've been... the commentator just said there. First time we've conceded from a set piece this season. And it doesn't surprise me. We've been incredibly good. I was looking up stats earlier, right? And we have been, I think it said we've created the most amount of chances from dead balls of anyone in the league. Which doesn't surprise me at all. And then at the same time, I think, I can't remember, we've been the most creative from crosses as well. And set pieces. So we're usually pretty good. Zonal markings let us down there. Zonal marking has let us down. It's a shame. 1-0 Chelsea, and this is the worst position for us to be in. Getting a goal, conceding early is bad. We've got a good track record for hitting comebacks though, so hopefully we'll be able to step up a little bit, come back a little bit into this, and we'll see what happens. But not a great start. Azpilicueta again puts the ball across. I think Cresswell with the foot. Oh, Glenn Kitely and Arsenal Fan Circle's Ray. Good to see you both. Rough him up for us on Saturday. Well, you'd be pleased to know, Ray, that Chilwell's already gone off injured due to a collision with Bowen. And we're playing 3 central midfielders, all of whom are defensive-minded. So roughing up may be on the cards. It may be the modus operandi today. My phone keeps dropping. It's annoying me. Another corner quickly played in. That time better, but the cross was nowhere near as good, if we're being honest. Don't fall again. I saw it shudder and it scared me. Glenn raises a good point, actually. Both teams are very good at attacking set pieces. Won't be surprised if both Zuma and Ogbonna score. Zuma's been played across by Mason Mount. Anyway, Zuma's been brilliant from set pieces this season. I think he's Chelsea's joint top goal scorer with 4, and all of them are headers. Very good. I mean, that one was it wasn't even training ground. It was just a bit easy. Zonal marking. He just wandered into a zone of which we apparently weren't covering. Very, very easy. We've obviously had our disallowed goal. But you say Ogbonna as Souček as well. Haller. We've got some big boys in there. If we can get... I'd back us from set pieces more than I'd back most teams, is what I would say. We'll see. Slip from Emerson. Bowen. Emerson gets his foot. Fair enough. We got that set piece goal, which was disallowed rightly, and then since then it's been all Chelsea, hasn't it, if we're being honest about it. I'm very concerned here. I can't lie to you. I can't lie. It's a nerve-wracking start. Just across. There was people there. You'd be annoyed if you were one of the Chelsea players there, because it was very close. It's going to be a long night, says Hammers Mulder. I agree. Can't believe Noble was started. I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know. I guess just going for the fight in midfield, but I'm not sure. See, David Moyes in the chat. Noble always shows great character. It's a fair point. That is the mindset, I would assume. Show some character, Brendan Rodgers style. Really get in there. Should have stuck with 3 centre backs and 6 across the middle, says James. I do think 3/5 at the back was the way to go for this one. But it would have been thinking about how that lines up without Masuaku. I think it was you just put Cresswell out there and you bring in if Balbuena's fit, which apparently he is, just play Balbuena, Diop, and Ogbonna. But who knows? Ben Davis this evening, Charlie. Good evening, sir. Good to see you. Good to see you. We are getting bodied right now. It's unfortunate. Lanzini would have started. You can make that argument, but Ben Rama's there and he's not started either. I mean, the argument would be then you'd have literally nothing on the bench as opposed to 2 right backs, 2 centre backs, and 2 goalkeepers. Maybe. Chelsea are very in control here. They've just got very good players, don't they? If we're being honest about it, they just do. They're just deeply in control of this game at the moment, Chelsea. Kurt Zuma with a dink over the top looking for Azpilicueta, who's made good progress down that right-hand side quite a few times now. Chelsea have robbled. It's offside. I was offside out of the I don't know what happened there, but it all of a sudden the ball was in the net. All of a sudden the ball was in the net. It was either offside or Azpilicueta had run the ball out of play. Yeah, the ball's well out of play from Azpilicueta there. Ball is significantly out of play. The thing is, right, about Azpilicueta is he's not that fast, but he's finding a lot of space right now. Now, crossing's one of those things which is a lot less effective in the modern day than it used to be. I think, again, I was looking up stats and listening to the Zonal Marking podcast during the week, and they raised a point about, I think the most, as of last week at least, the teams with the highest amount of XG created from crossing was us and Liverpool, who are both at 0.3 a game. So it's not as effective as you might think it would be, but he is getting a lot of space. And when you're pulling it back, into situations like Azpilicueta is along the floor, as opposed to just sort of lofting it in, that's when I get really concerned. Because in the air, I think we've got decent enough. We've got decent enough centre backs, right? You're looking at Ogbonna, you're looking at Balbuena, they're decent in the air. You know, even if you bring on Diop, he's decent in the air. But the pullbacks are where I'm concerned, because we are legendarily terrible at dealing with pullbacks. Get no ball off easy through ball. He hasn't been low game plan gone within 10 minutes. He's finished. I mean, it's a struggle. It is a struggle, James. And he was still thinking about how we should sign Leeds goalkeeper Meslier. Yeah, he's very good, isn't he? He's very good. I saw him quite sort of here and there last season when I saw Leeds, and he was always incredibly impressive. I spoke to Tom about it at one point, because obviously he's a Northerner, despite what he protests, and a closet Leeds fan. And he said that, I was like, who is he? Because I had never heard of him, and obviously I knew they had Kiko Casilla. And he was like, "No, trust me, he's brilliant. He's genuinely brilliant." And I started watching. I watched a few of their games here and there, and I was like, "Oh." And against us, he was excellent. He's the right age as well. He's only like 20, 21. Big plays from them. I tell you that. It's a very good goalkeeper for the future. Arsenal fan circle. Where's the other half? He is busy doing stuff on his own channel. I have 32. Subscribe if you haven't already. Basically. Is the long and short of it. Can't believe we're actually missing Masuaku. Yeah, I wouldn't. The thing is I wouldn't even say it was a good play in there from the Chelsea corner. Free kick. I said so many words wrong there. Jesus Christ. The Masuaku thing. It's weird because I don't think we miss Masuaku as a player. I think we just miss the system he allows us to play. Because that was really what was driving us forward. I think more than the individuals, more than anything, I think it was the system that was working. And so to see us have to completely change system twice now since he's been injured is somewhat concerning. It's somewhat concerning. Which is why, again, I would have stuck with 5 at the back. I don't know. So it's less for me that I missed the player specifically. Although he was good going forward in the games he was playing before. It's more the system he allowed us to play. Noble was done. Now I can see he's the most disappointed having a year. He's aged so much in 3 months. It's not been great. He's not been great. But again, we'll see. We're at 6s and 7s defensively here. It's not filling me with a lot of confidence. I can't lie to you. Do we have all our fit senior players on the bench? I suspect that is the case, Wally. I can't think of any other reason why David Martin would be on the bench other than we have literally no other fit senior players. And again, I don't mean to rag on this, but this is one of the problems with having a small squad, as David Moyes supposedly likes. The second someone gets injured, you're done for. You're screwed. And again, the excuse was, I like the small squad because then you can, they're tighter, and then you can also like allow youth players a space. Okay, then why are there 2 goalkeepers on the bench and not a youth player, my G? It's stress. Short corner from Chelsea. Passing it about a little bit. Pulisic he's getting better and better, Pulisic, in my opinion. There's something about the way he controls the ball. It's just very good. This is going to be a long old game. Oh, Haller's stumbled his way through somehow. Cesar Azpilicueta covers well there. This is going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. CB, I bet Noble to get carded if he 2-foots Abraham. I'm all for it. Bruv, listen, I'm here for it. So Haller managed to stumble his way through, and then Azpilicueta, to be fair, Azpilicueta does really well there. Kante, okay, that's what happens. So Kante slips and Haller just sort of gangles over him is the way I'm going to describe that. It was a gangle, ladies and gentlemen. He gangled over it. We've got a free kick in a decent position. Or do we? I can't tell if we've got a free kick or they do. I think we do. The camera angle's weird right now, so I can't tell. It is a free kick. This is a good opportunity for us. We have to make this count. Sofal, that was a good cross by Sofal, to be fair. He's headed away, played back across, nodded away again, and now Chelsea on the counter attack. Please, someone stop him. It's fine. It's not fine. Chelsea's back. Got the ball back. Please, someone. I wouldn't mind if you stopped him at some point, please. Passing the ball around here, Chelsea, just in complete control of this. Because Diangana, Ngaki and Rice all tell who we should sell or release out of contract. Yeah, I mean, that's the point, isn't it, right? James Allen talking about it as well, talking to youth players. Why do teams reduce them if they don't get a chance to the first team? It's frustrating. Because you look at it and you say, well, okay, you have them, use them. The small squad thing is one of those things where it's like, I don't agree with it particularly. But if you believe that and your idea is, can you give the youth players a chance? That's great. David Moyes hasn't really shown much willingness to give youth players a chance, is the first thing I would say. But B, then why is David Martin on the bench? Is it just for old time's sake? Because last time we were here, he played. Is that why he's there? Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. It makes zero sense because there is about what? How many games have you seen when a team has had to make 2 goalkeeper substitutions? How many? That one Chelsea one against Reading in 2008 or whenever it was. Outside, it was probably later than that. It's probably like 2012. What? Name another. You know? There's no point. You could make an argument for having no goalkeepers on a bench just to take the risk if you really want to get flipping spicy with it. But 2 on a bench is just madness. It's just madness. 25 almost minutes gone here. Where are we at? 24 and a half minutes gone. We're getting a bit better here, but I don't know. We're sort of just passing it around a little bit, hoping there's an opening. Decent cross by Cresswell, but Kurt Zouma just clears it. Somehow stays in. Stays in, even. Oh, that's good. Is that Cresswell? A cross goal. Cresswell. It's close. Cresswell found himself in space there. More space than I think Chelsea would have liked him to have been in. I mean, the ball came across to be fair to him, the ball came across quickly, but he had the opportunity to think about it here. And once he was in that space, he has options. Haller is there, and I don't know, does he cross it or does he shoot? One of the two happens, but he drives it low and hard as if it looks like a shot towards the bottom corner. He has scored from those positions before, but just pull it back to Haller. Or chip it at the far post. I think Bowen was approaching at the far post. Like, come on. Come on. Frustrating, because that was a good opportunity. It's a good ball. Played across. Oh! Haller. My. Elbow 73. Charles Mon. Yes. So you have the delay of myself going out to YouTube, which is about 10 to 15 seconds. And then you have the delay of my version, which is on my phone. Because that's how I watch Sky Sports, is on my phone. So that's where it is. Mate, Haller almost a little cheeky ball pops up to him. He's in his 6-yard box on the far, sort of on the just off centre, and it's about up to here, and he just swings his leg at it. Scenes. Frustrating. Eric Olstead, can't get my Chromecast to work, can't watch the game. What I would say to you, Eric, is that if you look in the description below, there's a Discord. Corner to West Ham. Check the Discord link below. There should be some in the stream link section on our Discord. Sean Swatty, just pause the game to match your stream. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate it. This is when me and Tom were doing them. Trying to match our streams so we had reactions at the same time was an absolute nightmare. It was. So now I only have to sync with myself, and even then, I think my timer is 1 second ahead of my actual stream that I'm watching. But it is a stress. We've got that Cresswell chance specifically. You've got to make better. You've got to use better than that. I don't know how many of those we're going to get. We've got to take those opportunities, because that was a good opportunity. Again, you pull it back to Haller. He was basically on the penalty spot, or you dink it over to the far post with Bowen, who I think was coming in. One of them. And Cresswell has form for shooting from that range and scoring from those sort of positions. To be fair to him, but at the same time, I'm just like, it's a good opportunity, isn't it? It's a good opportunity. I'm just trying to catch up because I'm seeing people having conversations here, and you just love to see it. And I just wanted to get involved, but I'll leave you guys to it. Hoof the ball. Hoof the ball. Dave, you gotta love it, mate. You gotta love it. Just give it big Route 1 techers, Big Route 1 techers. This is a better period now. Since that sort of like 15-20 minute period where Chelsea were just completely in control, we're starting to put it on them a little bit here, starting to just push them a little bit, which is what you want us to be doing, really. Problem is again, Chelsea's front line is so good that any counter attack's terrifying. Charlie, just fast forward again at the same time as us. Eric, man, I wish I could. I can't lie to you. If I had Sky Sports on the television, I'd be able to watch it at the same time as everyone, and even then I'd still be like 10 seconds behind. But that's why I've been so keen to have the timer in there. Is it just helps people know, because there's not much I can really do about it, if we're being honest. It's so annoying. It's one of the most annoying things about this entire thing, If we keep it one till half time, hopefully we'll nick a goal second half. Or half. Balls ended up in a net again, but I heard the whistle going. Thiago Silva goes down for what? So was it Thiago? Yes, Thiago Silva's gone down. So Haller nods it across. Then Souček nods it to Bowen, who then finishes it past Mendy. I mean, I'm not really sure what's happened there. So Souček nods it in. By the way, great double-header attackers. You'll have to see it. Thiago Silva seems to have gone down. I think it's one of those ones where his feet have connected with Bowen's behind, but no one's at fault. He's gone down. And it's a foul, apparently. It's a foul. Benefit of the doubt to the defender, I guess. Benefit of the doubt to the defender. It's weird. I'm not used to seeing Thiago Silva in a Chelsea shirt. In England in general, but in a Chelsea shirt specifically, I'm just not used to it. I'm just not used to it. I don't know what to do with myself. I like Thiago Silva, but it's just weird to see. It's weird to see. That was a cross-field ball. I don't know who did it, but it was very good. It was just sort of wild. It was a wild idea. It's worked out. But that was terrible from Cresswell. And now we're at 6s and 7s. Chelsea are on the counter-attack. You can't be playing those sort of things in. Okay, we've recovered well. I mean, as a team, we recovered relatively well. Cresswell was bloody glacial getting back, but he's got a difficult job. I mean, the fullback job is difficult enough in a back four because you do have to get up and down very quickly. But to be honest with you, that was horrendous. Even so, you've got to get back quicker than that, man. I know it's a long game and you're going to be tired, but please, Cresswell, if you make a mistake like that, do get back quicker than that. That would be useful. David, in the chat, please let him know. Give him a little shout. Just tell him what's what. Tell him what's what. Is it the snipers? I think it was, Tom. I think it was. It was a struggle, wasn't it? Pulisic wobbles his way through. Runs it out of play. He's frustrated. That's what he did there. That was his I've messed it up. Pulisic, man. I don't know if it's our defenders are very big or Pulisic is very small, but he did look a little bit like a child. He did look a little bit like a year 8 playing against year 11s there. The size differential was good. Pulisic, he's just got this low centre of gravity. It's weird because Dortmund, I thought he was good, right? I thought he was very good. Thank you, Jeffrey. I thought he was very good at Dortmund, right? But I've been really impressed by his close control since coming here, since rocking up at Chelsea. He just seems to dribble a lot better at the ball than I realised. A lot better. And that's what is causing us problems because we're more just get it up in the air sort of thing. Soufal, it was an interesting idea from Soufal, not worked out. Souček hits it off Thiago Silva. He's fairly small, 5'10", 145 pounds. He's not big then, is he? He's not big then, is he? Fair. He does look it. But our defenders, I think, are just quite big as well. We've been the better side for the last almost 10 minutes now. Certainly being the better side, but we're just not creating enough with it. We're just not creating enough with it, which we need to be, you know? About the same as Nobes, to be honest. Yeah, here's the thing with Noble is like, Noble isn't... It's the difference between going up against defenders and midfielders, right? Midfielders are more... defenders are just, on average, probably a heck of a lot bigger. Big boys, doing big bits. Whereas they don't tend to be in midfield. Not as much, anyway. Not as much. What I'm going to do is I'm just gonna change my screen around a little bit. I think that's what I'm going to do, because I'm sort of starting to think about getting ready for when Gio rocks up. So I'm just changing things around a little bit here. Let's pull this up. There we go. That should all be fine now. We'll see. And also, I need to go to the toilet. I can't lie to you. The thing is, right, we're not creating with like huge consistency or anything. It's not a dominating performance in that sense, but we are getting in positions to create quite consistently at this point. And at some point we really do have to make one of these count. Our primary output for the last game and a half has just been get the ball to Soufal, which he's very good at, to be fair. Empty bottle under the desk. See, I need this one. I need the vase. I need the HD vase. God damn it. Yeah, it's not a bad option to try and get it out to Soufal, to just watch him put it into the box, but it's not ideal. I feel like we need a more consistent way of creating from this. You know, I think that's the problem here. Not a problem. It's just what it is. Might need to invest in adult diapers or a bucket, bro. You have no idea how real that is. You have no idea. I need to pee. I need to pee. When Gio gets here, I'm probably gonna go pee. I'm probably just gonna leave him rambling at you and then go pee. He can't see you either, so that's another problem. He won't be able to see or talk to you when I'm peeing. It's just life. It's just the way life's gonna have to be, innit? I need to stop drinking. I need to drink less. But the thing is, I'm going to be talking more. So my voice and I'm going to be parched more, you know? I'm going to be parched more. Yeah, I need to drink more, but at the same time, I need to pee less. These are the problems being a watch-along streamer faces, you know? Disgraceful scenes. This is why I should have sorted out the stuff I'm sorting out for the 27th today. I mean, to be fair, I didn't have time, but at the same time, I would have been able to pee. Current day Charlie hates past Charlie. You have to say we're not out of this game yet. When they scored and they had that period of possession, I was very concerned. But it's we're not out of it. Bowen does really well there, to be fair. Plays it out, Fornals. Noble, he's got Soufal there, plays it in. Okay, and that's the end of that opportunity. James, no good toilet jokes. I don't need them right now. The toilet joke is me. I'm the joke. I just realised my Christmas lights aren't on. I would turn them on, but the problem is they play a Christmas jingle, and so you'd hear a jingle for like the 2 seconds while I set it up. I might do that. I don't know. Give it a more festive vibe. Although, to be fair, with the lighting, you don't really see the lights too much anyway. But at the same time, it's the last one before Christmas. It's got to be done, really, doesn't it? We'll see. We're not out of it, but same old problem. Not clinical enough and water. Bruv, Fo, allow me. But you are correct. We're not out of it. Here's the thing about bringing on Benrahma. So SKS Benrahma for Fornals at halftime. Here's the thing about bringing on Benrahma. We need to ask ourselves: should it be for Fornals or should it be for one of the midfield three? Has playing Noble in the midfield three affected us positively enough to where you would reference his inclusion? Now, I'm not just talking about from an individualistic standpoint, because I think if you're talking about his performance, you'd be like, but if you're talking about him if you're talking about him in a system, their midfield hasn't been bossing it. They were at that one point, but before then they've had to go back and out wide quite a lot, which is ultimately what we as a team would want. We want them to go wide. We want to be able to get to the point where we can push them out wide, have the time to regroup and solidify, and then just go and cross the ball. That's what we want. I don't think it's worked. I don't think including him has had a super desired effect, but we've not been completely and utterly bossed in midfield. But we have been bossed in the game, you know? The attempts have just come up on the screen there. What is it? I missed it, but Chelsea have had one on target. We haven't had any. It's the long and short of it. I could pull up who scored and have a look. Don't think of running water. I will try not to. The thing is I'm parched. So I have to keep drinking as well. This is a problem. It's an issue. Switch Noble for Benrahma. Sean, see, this is what I was thinking. Would you potentially do that? I'm going to just try and fix my phone again. Stay. We hope it doesn't fall. SKS could completely have Simmer. So I don't know anything about this Simmer guy. Like, literally not enough. Have you tried a vase, Jeffrey? I don't have one. All I have to hand are a mug, a glass I'm drinking from, and that's it. There's another mug over there somewhere, but I'm not peeing in any of those. As much as I want to right now. Declan Rice has done really well there. He pulls it back across. A good opportunity and a good run from Declan Rice. Down the left-hand side, somehow, out of nowhere. He just sort of vibes his way through. The Chelsea Azpilicueta falls. And to be fair, he picks out the right person as well, in my opinion. I do think you try it. The pass was maybe a bit slow and it doesn't quite get through and Chelsea can defend. But that was a good opportunity. Good play from Declan Rice as well. And again, to look up and find the person like Cresswell did was the right thing to do. It's just a shame he didn't quite make the person. Commentators just said that David Moyes won't be downhearted by the team's response from the going a goal down. And I think that's probably fair. I think there was a long period there where we were really struggling. But we've come back into it quite strong. And again, the fact we're not out of this is a good thing. I mean, obviously it's a good thing, but I mean, it stands us well. Difference is how we come out half time, I guess. That's my phone again. I had a bad day. I've had a bad day. What was that? Busted? Good opportunity for Chelsea. Timo Werner. You'd want him to. You'd back him to score that. You'd back Timo Werner to score that. I'm gonna have to find a new position for this phone. It's Pulisic again who gets through, and then he just waits for the right time to play it to foul. He can't quite get it out from under his feet. You could maybe argue Pulisic's pass should be slightly ahead of him. He can't quite get it out, and he just sort of freezes. And in the end, he tries to put it through Fabianski's legs. Does not happen. Fabianski he closes his legs. I was gonna be OTT about it, but he just closes his legs, doesn't he? Corner comes to nothing, thankfully. Phone back in place. Just turn the mic off. No one will know. Oh no. Elbow. Oh no. And at that point, I'm not okay with it. As much as I need to. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to send Gio the link now. In the hopes that he turns up. So not only are we trying this getting a guest on thing partway through, we're doing it differently. So if anyone saw the Leeds game last time with Ed, you will have seen us have a guest on. We're doing it even a different way this time, which means I'm going to have to sort it out. But I just I not only have I've got that stress kicking off, I've got to flip and sort that out. When it pops up, I'm going to have to change things. It's a lot, you know. I need to pee. It's a lot. I need to turn the Christmas lights on. It's all a thing. I've just got to set up that second thing for Geo now. Just so I think that'll work. No. Oh my god, the pee. I know the last 10 minutes has just been. I know it has, but has he done a Paul Ince on me? No, of course not, Elbow. Never. He's just busy doing his own thing. You know what I mean? Jorginho down that time for him and Haller. Don't think of waterfalls. I'm trying not to, Wally. I'm trying not to. Chelsea are there for the taking. I agree. I agree, Fo. I think they are. If we can find a bit more of a clinical nature in the why is that? Oh, I know why that's happened. If we can find something a bit more clinical in the second half, then I think they're there for the taking. I think it's just about making the right decisions in and around the area, you know. I've just seen a replay of Thiago Silva's header, and it's so easy. Literally, no one picks him up, and that's the problem with zonal marking to an extent. You think it gives you better coverage in a lot of ways, and should alleviate exactly that. When you have someone running directly at you, wave their way through, they would run into a gap that someone else should cover. The problem is, I think the gap he ran into was the one Cresswell was covering, which was not happening because he's Cresswell. He's not. He's like Pulisic. He's a small boy, and then on top of that, I think Ogbonna was slightly under it as well, which is more surprising. But yeah, too easy. Way too easy. Jeffrey, I'm not getting his chest up. I agree, Jeffrey. Trust me, it's running through my mind. Running is the wrong word to use here because pee, but I still think we can nick this. Oh, yeah, and Eric says it's not over as well. I agree. I think there's an opportunity here. I do genuinely think there's an opportunity here. It's just about finding it. It's just about figuring it out. I don't know. We'll see. We will see. The problem is, and I guess this is the thing, or as we come into half time, when thinking about potentially what we should change, if we could change anything, if we should change anything, part of the problem is that we have nothing on our bench. Like, we have a couple of players. Like, we have Ben Rama, we have Yarmolenko. They can change a game, but they're not going to change it so significantly that it's going to be unreal or anything, you know? It's not going to be such a massive thing to where the game completely changes. Now I can see Gio macking, you can't. I'm pulling him up in a second. Gio, can you do me a favour? Can you say literally anything? Oh, there we go. Okay, right. So you should be able to hear Gio Mackie now while I've sought out actually being able to see him. How are you? What do you think of the match? Are you sad like me?
To be honest with you, Charlie, it's sort of like a half of two halves, if that makes sense. I thought the first half of that half was we were playing with 10 men. Martin Noble was running around like a headless chicken, and I'm not really sure what his role was. I sort of get the idea of maybe going three midfield to Stamford Bridge. I get that, but he wasn't playing in centre midfield. He's often in the position Ben Rama should have been in. So I get it if we were making a formation change. I get why he's put Noble in there, but we didn't change formation. But then later on in the half, I saw Martin Noble deeper than Weiss and Souček. So I'm not even sure what his role is. And the worst thing is, Charlie, I'm not even sure he knows what his role is because whatever it is, he's not doing it very well.
I mean, yeah, that's the thing. Like, I was just talking about it, and I was saying, like, if you have like if you ignore his inclusion on like a personal level of what he's doing, do you think formationally that has helped us in any way against Chelsea? I don't think they've particularly destroyed us in midfield or anything, but they've certainly not been the worst of the sides in that instance. And so he's just sort of been a kind of passenger, just sort of he's there, and he's not really doing anything of note, to be honest. Like they're not cutting through the middle as frequently as maybe they would have otherwise, but they're still doing it at times. Like the Pulisic one just about 2-3 minutes ago, where he just sprints straight through the middle of everyone. And you're like, I feel like there should be a defensive midfielder or someone here to stop it.
If we've got to play him, I would almost like to see Souček in the number 10 role, because then that way he's closer to Ali. And I actually think them two have been winning a lot of headers outside Chelsea's 18-yarder. There was that one that Bowen put in the net, it was free kick was given in that. But Ali heads it, and then Souček heads it. And I think both of them are winning quite a lot of headers. I think we sort of just got to capitalise on that a little bit. But having Mark Noble in that number 10 role doesn't work. I think he's dropped deeper as the half went on. And Declan Rice is starting to become a bit more box-to-box, and Souček's getting up a little bit. That's okay. So I think we got it wrong a little bit starting Mark Noble. It's I don't understand why he's done it, though, because it's not a risk. And he's done something that should be like, when you bring on your most experienced player, it should be something that's like guaranteed to work. It's not. And it was an unnecessary change as well. He didn't need to do that, David Moyes. I think Ben Rama, while he was in great against Palace, didn't deserve to be dropped. I'm unsure why we've started Mark Noble, to be honest with you, Charlie. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know either. Because I was thinking about it as I looked at it, and I was like, did he start him because there's literally so few fit players that he wants some sort of game changers on the bench? Because at this point, we've got literally Ben Rama and Yarmolenko and no one else. Like, Snodgrass isn't a bad player, but he's not going to change the game. Like, there's no one... unless you're thinking about bringing on Martin as a striker, which would be a game changer for many other reasons. Like, there's nothing really there. Part of my brain, when I looked at it, was like, oh, that maybe that's why he's brought him on. But at the same time... surely I can't figure. That's what I mean. I can't figure out. Surely you start with your strongest 11 and then you work your way from there. I don't know, but what was it? Just quickly, because you didn't do the watch along. So you didn't do the pre-match show where Gonzo looked drunk and was just ranting to himself. Did you? What was your reaction when you saw the bench?
I feel sorry for David Moyes a little bit. I mean, two keepers. We've had a COVID outbreak in under 23s, so we can't call up any under 23s because they're all in self-isolation. So all it does is show how little players we've got. But this is where it comes down to David Sullivan and David Moyes in the summer transfer window, because Moyes gets off with that a little bit, but I think between them, the pair of them botched it a little bit. Moyes didn't want the players Moyes didn't want the players Sullivan could get, and Sullivan couldn't go get the players that Moyes wanted. So it was just... Two wrongs don't make a right, unfortunately, because there was two wrongs there. But this is where it's going to come back to haunt us in the next game. We're only going to lose players, but the squad's not getting any bigger. Antonio might be back for the bench for the next game, but I wouldn't be surprised if we drop a player as well, like the player gets injured again. I don't know. It's not. I mean, it's not inspiring, is it? It's not. You don't look at it. You know what? Moyes has got players on there you can do something with. You look at it and think, crikey, it's
2 centre-backs, 2 goalkeepers and 2 right-backs. Yeah, that's what I saw when I looked at it as well. I mean, like, what do you even do? So, like, at half-time, right, I'm looking at this, I'm thinking, we need, in my opinion, we need someone sort of in that central area to do a bit more work, because we're getting some joy down the left and the right. Nothing really too major, but we're at least finding a bit of it. But we have to go out that way. We can't go through the centre. There's nothing happening down the centre. But there's no one really... What can you even do at this point? There's no one there you can really bring on in that role, unless you do, like you say, Ben Rama and put Fornals there, or the other way around.
Yeah, I think I would take Ben Rama on. The thing that disappointed me was when Ali sort of not skinned Conte, but Conte fell over at the halfway line, and Ali was away. When you watch the replay, if you watch Mark Noble, he can't run. That's where you need your attacking midfielder needs to be bombing down the middle of the park to give Ali an option. Alier had nothing. He was running in a blind alley, Alier. He had no one to pass to. But if you watch it back, watch Mark Noble, he starts maybe 10, 15 yards behind Alier. By the time Alier's at the edge of 18-yarder, Mark Noble's still on the halfway line. He goes to sprint and decides he can't do it. He can't run. He just stops. And I think, we've set up to play counter-attacking football and nobody with any pace.
Mm. So what do you do?
If you look up counter-attack, I'd bring Ben Ramo and I'd go for it. Chelsea don't look good. They don't look good. They've had, 2 shots at target. One of them was the goal for the header, and then Timo's a chance at the end, which he should have scored. But we've got to go out there and go for it and scare them a little bit, because at the minute they've had it quite easy, Chelsea. We've not really laid a glove on them. We've had a few bits and pieces. Creswell got into the 18-yarder and then didn't know where to cross or shoot, so didn't either, and did a bit of both. Rice did that cut back there, which he didn't really find the pass. There wasn't really a pass on. But every time we've gone forward, we're lacking someone running into the box, and it should be Mark Noble, but he can't do it. He's not fast enough. We're playing counter-attacking football with no pace. If you look up counter-attacking football, do you know those books you get, Charlie? A Dummy's Guide to such and such. If you got a Dummy's Guide to counter-attacking football, page 1, chapter 1 is about pace.
Yeah.
We ain't got it. And why is Sufaro's taking our set pieces? I don't understand it. I know he done some good crosses against Crystal Palace, but to have Aaron Creswell on the pitch and not let him cross the ball in is just crazy. I think we're wasting his greatest asset. This is the guy who's created one of the most chances in the league, the most chances from set pieces, and we're not even letting him take the free kicks.
£1.99 from James Gunn, thank you, sir. He says, Gio, we're counter-defending, which is kind of, a little bit. I mean, that's the thing, right? We knew coming into this we were going to play defensive football. We knew coming into this we were going to be, basically this was going to be the game plan. But that just baffles the mind even more to why would you include Noble in it then? Because I don't mind having a midfield three who are going to battle if the people around them make sense. But it doesn't really make too much sense. I mean, like, I've got stick before, but I don't think... But Bowen's not that fast. Fornals definitely isn't that fast, and neither is Haller. So if you're going to have this battling midfield and you want to play it sort of inwards, maybe you would then put... I don't know, maybe you change it to a diamond then, and you have the midfield and you have Fornals a lot closer to them, and you have 2 who are more mobile up front. But again, this is... And it's not... I don't want to criticise David Moyes, because I think he's in a difficult position when he says... For example, when he said I like the small squad sort of thing, I don't know if he genuinely believes that or whether he just has to say that because that's the situation he's in. But at the same time, the second you get any injuries, you're going to be stuck in this situation where we're sort of playing it and looking at it and going, especially when we've only had really one system that's been the system for us this season. It's not like we've chopped and changed. It's been that thing or nothing, really.
Yeah, the other thing is, we could have went like 3-5-2 or something. We've got a surplus of... We've got an overloaded defenders tonight, clearly. Got 4 on the pitch and 4 on the bench. So go 3 at the back and just wait, give yourself option, go 3 in the middle, and either put Bowen or Ben Rama up front with Sebastian Haller or something. Change it a little bit. But to do this, we've got Fornals in a position you can't play, Noble in a position you can't play. It's not really working. I don't think we've played that bad, Charlie. I mean, at one point we had 16% of the ball, but Chelsea weren't really doing much with it. I don't feel we're out of the game or anything. We do the right change or changes at half time. We can win this. I don't even mean draw, Charlie. I mean, we can go on and win this game. The free kick routine was unfortunate. It was ruled offside. It was a fantastic run by Declan, and the finish was unbelievable. But we've set to play counter-attacking football, and the fastest player in our team is our defensive midfielder, and Declan Rice. He's our quickest player.
I know.
It's not good. We've got an opportunity today to go for it, and if we go for it and lose 3-0, I'll almost give him a little bit of credit for having the bollocks to change up at half time, because we look comfortable but not threatening at half time, and we're only a goal down. I think he'll keep it the same and hope that once we can whip in a good cross or something and get on the end of it. But I would like to see us go for it, Charlie, and get Ben Ramo on there. Like you said, I don't mind playing 3 in the middle of the pitch as long as you're protecting something, whether that is someone like Ben Ramo, a flair player that's not going to have much defensive duty, so you need someone in there to almost allow us to have Ben Ramo on there. That's okay. But we've got three centre midfielders with two hard-working grafters either side of them, with not really much to offer going forward individually. When you go to Stamford Bridge or Anfield or Etihad, you need match winners or a very good game plan. At the minute, we don't have either. We've got 11 hard-working players and a bit of a game plan, and it's not really working. Like I said, I think Chelsea don't deserve being ahead. They've had lots of the ball, but not done much really. So I think it's a even enough game, but the opportunity is there, Charlie. I think the opportunity is there to get the 3 points.
What if he doesn't go for it?
Then he's a silly man. And it's a bit disappointing that we're at this stage of the season with plenty of points on board. If we get beat tonight, Charlie, so what? Do you know what I mean? There's no way to Chelsea. We've got loads of points on the board at this stage of the season. We don't need to get something tonight. So show the fans a bit of ambition. Show them that we're not afraid of Chelsea, that we are going to do something with this confidence we've got in our squad. But there needs to be a bit of a question asked about the bigger picture here, away from Stamford Bridge. That we've gone into this busy schedule, not just tonight, but Brighton, Southampton. We've gone into this knowing we're going to need a lot of players. So why have these under-23 players been left in the under-23 squad for the last 2-3 weeks anyway? They should have been training with the first team at the start of December to get ready for this festive period that we know we're going to have injuries. We know we're going to have to rotate players. So where are the under-23s? Well, we don't have any because they're self-isolating. But why are they still with the under-23s? I'm not talking about all of them. 3 players.
Yeah.
Their best midfielder, their best defender, and their best striker. Get them out of the under-23s. Get them with the first team. 2-3 weeks training. And then where we are today, then they're involved in the first team. They're just on the bench. Wolves have just started an 18-year-old tonight. I think he's 18. That's Wowie or whatever you call him. He's just started tonight. Liverpool in the Champions League have started a couple of youngsters in there and stuff. So every other Premier League team's utilising their under-23s at the minute, except us. We've got, Burnley didn't start him tonight, but Burnley started their an 18-year-old a couple of weeks ago. Villa have started Aaron Ramsey as well. So plenty Premier League clubs of our stature are starting youth players tonight and over the last couple of weeks, the 18, 19, 20-year-olds. Where are our ones? We've got 2 goalkeepers on the bench. It's poor planning from a bigger picture perspective.
That's the thing, because again, if you want to have a small squad and you're like, and that will allow us to bring youth players or anything, you wouldn't have 2 goalkeepers on the bench. It's kind of mad. Is it a case of, and this was something Wally said in the chat earlier, is it a case of there's literally no other fit first team players, so that's why David Martin is there? Because otherwise, I can't figure it out.
Charlie, I find it insulting. If I was a 20-year-old at West Ham right now, I'd be fuming.
Yeah.
If I was a striker at West Ham, now, like I said, they are self-isolating. He couldn't include anyone tonight, I believe, because I believe the whole under-23 is self-isolating. We've cancelled our under-23 fixtures because of COVID, right? But they shouldn't be in the under-23 squad this time last week. They should have been with the first team from the start of December to get ready for this fixtures congestion. They should have planned this. Every other Premier League club seems to have done. But I'd be insulted if I was an under-23-year-old right now. I'd be looking at West Ham's bench thinking, cheers, lads. You'd rather have David Martin and Dan Randolph on there instead of me.
And even if it's not an under-23s player, even if it's an under-21 or an under 18, whatever, just what's the worst that can happen? What are you going to do if you've got an injury crisis, right wing or whatever? Are you going to play David Martin there, or are you going to play a youth player there if he's on the bench?
You'll play Robert Snodgrass.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But yes, you know what I mean. Yeah. Depressingly, yes, but you know what I mean. There's no harm to it. There's less harm putting a random youth player, why not even being under 23s there, than there is David Martin, who's just not going to get on the pitch unless you want him there for sentimentality. Because last time we were here, he actually played a game. What? Yeah. I don't get it. But I mean, okay. So we're looking at this, right? What's Chelsea's weak points from your perspective? Where do you think we can get at them? Because, like you say, I don't think they've been that great, but I don't think
the left back
Emerson's
crap.
See, I disagree with you.
I like him. I would take him at West Ham.
Okay,
but the guy's arguably third choice left back. Is between him and Marcus Alonso. You can take your pick which one's the third choice, right? But they're clearly not in contention to start when Ben Chilwell's fit. we can get at them there. Timo doesn't like defending very much either. You've got to come down our right-hand side. That's where it's going. There's no point putting Fornals up against Azpilicueta. Azpilicueta is twice as strong. He's not even fast himself. He's just as quick as Fornals, if not quicker. There's pointless coming down our left-hand side. We've got to go down our right. We've got to get Sofal pushed up. Jared Bowen's got to get in beside Sebastian Haller and allow space for Sofal to get down there. Bowen's almost too wide too often. He frustrates me a little bit. For someone that's playing like a Mo Salah role, he doesn't really tuck in enough. He needs to get centre to allow Sofal to come down the right-hand side more often. Give him the space. Let him come down there. Drag Emerson away and create the space. Because Mount's having to cover Timo Werner out there. You don't like it. Mount is not very good at defending. He will try and defend, but he's not good at it. It's a bit like Fornals. Fornals likes to try and tackle, but he's just not that good at it sometimes. But anyway, Charlie, I'm going to love you and leave you because the second half's come on, and my phone battery's ready to die.
That's fine. Well, enjoy the second half. Everyone say goodbye to Gio. Bye-bye, Gio. Enjoy it.
Thank watching. You, Charlie. Keep up the good work.
You're welcome. Enjoy Gonzo's review later. Hello, everyone. So that was Gio Mackie. He's off to watch the game again. Apparently, he looked like he was in a motel. Do you know what I mean? With the thing behind him, whatever. Yeah, that's what he looked like. That's what he looked like. So, I haven't peed. Quick pee update. Not happened yet. I'm going to in a second. I want to see if we've made any changes. I need to reset the timer. Let's do that now. There we go. Right, I'll be very quickly, everyone. I'll be back. I'm just quite desperate at this point for the toilet. BRB. Very concerned I'd miss a goal. It's fine. I'm seeing people say stuff about Haller though, so we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I shouldn't count my blessings too soon. Hello again, everyone. Hopefully you're all fine without me. Bowen does well. Haller headed wide. That's what you were talking about. Sebastian Haller heading wide. It was close. It was close. The ball was played out wide to Aaron Cresswell on the left-hand side. Pretty close to the corner flag. Whips in. That's a great ball in, to be fair. Haller rises well. I just can't get the angle at all on it. Under pressure, to be fair, but not happening. Not happening. As Wally said, he should have had a bicycle kick. You're glad to see how. Thank you, Jeffrey. Thank you. I've got a quick update for you all. It's a Milky Way crispy roll. I'm gonna eat that now. I can't lie to you. I considered not eating it now, but I'm eating it now. I'm eating it now. Like Bugs Bunny. There's a big clatter there in the middle. I think it's Azpilicueta pulls it back across goal. I think Tammy Abraham or Pulisic or Mount. Fabianski's he's not enjoying life. We're looking at the replay here. It's a good ball down the line to I think it's Tammy Abraham. That's a great cross by Abraham, to be fair. He puts it exactly into the area you'd want it. And Mount, who's coming in, who slid in, so if we're being honest, completely out of control. I think it was Mount. Could have been Pulisic, actually, now look at it. And he's just not good on Fabianski. Hopefully he's okay. It was Timo Werner. I think it was Timo Werner. He looked like he stretched out a bit farther. Just had a Kinder Bueno. Great place. Jeffrey Stelly. Kinder Bueno techers. Love that. Oh, Moyes is a genius, yes. It's all come to fruition. The goalkeeper situation is here. Finally. The reason it happened is the reason it happened. What a time to be alive, eh? What a time to be alive. What I'm going to do, actually, now I've got a spare screen. I'm just going to pull up some stats so I can see them. Flipping hell. You thought we all mocked. We all mocked. And yet here we are. Here we are. With two goalkeepers. We get to choose. We have the luxury of choosing which one we want to bring on. Fabianski's testing his legs at the moment. Testing him, seeing how he feels. He doesn't look out of. He looks like me about 5 minutes ago when I needed to pee. You know what I mean? He doesn't look like he's not in comfort. Is what I would say. We've had one dribble. Just looking at the stats, one dribble. Beautiful. So Fabianski's staying on for now. We'll see how that plays out, but he's staying on for now. No changes at half time for either side. See. I think neither side have made changes because, to be honest with you, I think either side are sort of they're not angry or unhappy. You know, we know what David Moyes is like. We know David Moyes is slow to do these sort of things, but I think that's also the exact same reason why Lampard is doing it. He's probably not unhappy. I mean, his side are winning; they're not under any imminent danger. I think personally there were some changes to be made, but we'll see. They've of course already made a substitution, haven't they? To be fair. So, while Chelsea sort of trundle, Roberto cannot hurt us anymore. I don't believe you, Ben. So that thing that happened with Gio, that could be you in the future is what I'm going to say. Again, I'm going to say it again. I'm just going to keep pinning it out. The Discord link in the chat below, in the description below. Sorry if that was loud. The Discord link in the description below. Click on it because on Boxing Day I will be announcing some stuff to do with that kind of thing. So if you'd like to be part of the watch alongs in future, there may be an opportunity for that. There may be an opportunity for that. Is all I will say. Is all I will say. How do we all think we've started? How do we all think we've started? I've obviously only been watching for 2 minutes. How do we all feel like it's going? Inform me. Make it so I seem like I know what I'm talking about when in reality I haven't the foggiest all of the time. All of the time. What you like to see, this is called a mistake. This is a second pint of water. Can only go badly. Can only go badly. It's corner. It's corner in a good situation. A good situation. Wait, are Americans allowed on? Of course they are, Jeffrey. When I grow up, I want to be a guest on House Child. Go on. Of course. Of course. Anyone is welcome, is what I was saying. But again, Discord, December 26th. There's options here, people. There's options. Interesting to see Cresswell back on corners as opposed to Soufal, or it could be just he's taking the one on the left and Soufal on the right. It's into a good position. No one can quite get ahead on it. Someone's down. There's two people down. I think Ogbonna was one of them. He's just got back up. Played back across. Just sort of... It's scrappy is what's going on right now. It's gone out for, I think, a goal kick. Very, very scrappy situation there. Kurt Zuma is still down. You got to love a good melee. You got to love a good melee. So what actually happened? So it's Ogbonna. Oh, he falls awkwardly on top of him, doesn't he? It's nothing. There's no malice in anything. It wasn't even clumsy. Azpilicueta and Pulisic, I think, sort of like shove Ogbonna when he's in the air, or at least push him so he's off balance, and it sort of lands on Kurt Zuma, who comes folded up. He does one of these. You know. And here's what it is. I didn't turn the Christmas lights on. That might be something I have to go and do in a second. Moyes is not proactive. He is not Alan. If there's one thing I would never describe him as, is proactive. Wally has been on Two Spanners. He's been on Spanners many times. One of the probably the most common guest, and he is an American. He's a good lad as well as Wally. Yeah. I demand my intro to listen, Jeffrey. I would sing it all day, all night. You are a real American. Fight for the rights of every man. See, now Tom's here. He can't stop me singing. I am a real American. Fight for what's right. Fight for your life. Do you know what I mean? I'd sing it all day, all night. You couldn't stop me. You're right. Christmas lights for good luck, CB. You're right. I'll go and do it. What you'll do is you'll hear the song potentially. So I'm just going to go do that now and hope no one scores while I do it. You're also going to see I'm in my pajamas, but you're just going to have to ignore that fact. Hang on a second. Hang on. The plug's on now. Which one is it? Is this one? There we go. I don't know if you can hear it, but there we go. Let's turn on the lights, but the sound plays, doesn't it? It's getting very concerned looks. I don't know if you could hear that, but there we go. They play. I can't stop it. You know when you plug it first, doesn't it? It happens. It happens. The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. What a man. What an absolute man. Can you see the... Oh, you can see the lights. It's just the bottom ones are more bright than the top ones, but the bottom ones are covered. So what I'll do... Tell you what I'll do is I'll sit slightly off. I'll sit slightly here. Then we can at least... It's because the light is so big. If I turn... Hang on. If I do this, right? Can we see it more? It's a vibe. I feel like a hacker. I feel like I'm hacking into some sort of government secret database now. But lights, they do exist. White balance. There we go. Oh, no. Come back to me. White balance. Come back. There we go. The Christmas tree, everyone. What an effort that was. It's a free kick in a good area here. Mason Mount and I think that was Noble originally, and then Bowen. Yeah, he's just yanked Bowen down there. It's a good opportunity. Soufal and Cresswell over it. You would expect this is Soufal area to whip it in. spin it in. Although you could go for maybe you could go for an in swinger from Cresswell. Just a little glancing header is maybe what you're wanting. Sufal takes it. It's good position. Ogbonna header significantly over. What on earth has happened to me? Bro, Jeffrey, this is what happens. It's like Lord of the Flies, do you know what I mean? I've been left to my own devices and it's all gone wrong. You know? It's all gone wrong. It just is what it is. Potential for a corner there. Maybe off Thiago Silva's head last. I don't know. He's gone PB Nicings, dances, chance. I do a lot of stuff. I'm a very talented man, Jeffrey. I don't know if you know that. There's a piano here, you know. I can play drums, play guitar. There's a guitar over there. I'm a talented man, is what I will say. You know, one man show is Charlie. You know, I can do many things. You know? I can even mute when I chew, because I know that's annoyed people in the past. I'm just a talented guy. Okay, for a start, Rebecca, you can't pop in here and say I can't play piano and then leave again. Okay, I can. I tweeted out proof. You can't at me about this because I did do it. Prove me wrong. Now the video proof is out there. Prove me wrong. What guitar? So I don't know much about it because it's not. It was my dad's. My dad was like an actual musician who got paid to do it and stuff. But when he passed away, his guitar got handed down to me because I do play guitar. But that was a long time ago, so I have no idea. It's over there. I'll go grab it at some point, but and you might be able to tell me. I could probably just find the make and everything else that's written on it somewhere. I've just never actually looked. I can say it's a combined electric and acoustic one. So it's acoustic guitar, an acoustic guitar, but does have an electric out, an amp out. But yeah, it's over there, just over there. I'll go grab it at some point. You know. Is that what semi-hollow means? I've seen the word semi-hollow, but I've never known what it meant. Oh, do you know what? I'll just go grab it. Hang on. This is turning into show and tell, but it's happening. Give me a sec, right? It's over here. Turning into show and tell. I'm wearing these headphones, right? But I've just realised I have literally no reason to, because the sound for the stream, for my Sky Sports is coming through this. So I don't know for the life of me why I'm wearing them. It just feels right, you know. Now I'm not going to play it. A, because it'll be horrendously out of tune, and B, because that's not needed. You know what I mean? But everyone's saying 4 hours, so I assume 4 hours is just who's just missed a golden opportunity. But my phone fell. You probably heard it. I just heard the word Ben Rama. Good. Let's see this opportunity because I think this is the 4 hours one that people were talking about in the chat. It's out wide to Sufal. Oh, with his weak foot, he puts it into a great position. Do you know what? It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be horrendous, but it's a good block by Azpilicueta at the end. So Sufal plays it in with his weak foot, which was actually really smart of him. And Fornals hits it. Do you know what? Fornals hits early. Fair. SKS says it. We can win this match. I agree. After this corner, Cresswell played it into, again, another good area. Mendy with maybe the least convincing punch I've seen this side of November. Noble. Sort of just passing it around outside on the edgy area here. Rice plays it in. That's a good position. It's a bit over the top on it. It's a bit over the top. Just to prove it. So it's a Simon and Patrick Luther. Apparently, is what it is. As you can see, it has the thing, you know. But it is a guitar. Yeah. Because I learnt when I was a kid, and so I had one when I was a child. But it was just it was like the cheapest one we could get from, I think, Argos, when I wanted to learn in primary school. And then when my dad passed away when I was like 15, I got that one. It isn't semi-hollow, it's half acoustic. I don't know what it's called in English. Nice guitar, thank you. Well, I'm glad I've got confirmation of that now. It is a good guitar, to be fair. It's very nice sounding. I love its I don't know what the sound. It's the sound. I don't know what the word would be. The smart sound. The smart word, but yeah. Decent period of opportunity here. Fornals just left that for Cresswell. Probably the right thing, but it's good defending again. I tell you what, Azpilicueta has done well today. It's one of those ones where, like, he's just been in the right place at the right time. You see that experience that he has, and he's not slow. He's not fast by any stretch of imagination, but he's still not slow. I love Azpilicueta, man. He's one of my favourite defenders in the Premier League for a long time. He can play anywhere across the back four. He's just a good lad, isn't he? He's just a good lad. I like him. Anyway, that ends Charlie's Magical Mystery Tour for music. I can also play Didgeridoo. But I don't have one of those here. Old place I do, but not here. Benny on for Fornals, warming up. Says Jeffrey. Yeah, I mean, I would hope it would be for a midfielder. Try and step to it. We'll see though. Kovacic is coming on now for Jorginho. It's probably that scares me a little bit. I can't lie. Mateo Kovacic is very good. Kovacic, however you want to pronounce it. And Fornals did come on for Ben Rama. Okay. Aspie and Schlupp, dream fullback. Yes, clipped. You know it, bruv. Imagine the scenes. Cesar Azpilicueta, Jeffrey Schlupp. Just big boys doing big beats. Mate, Jeffrey, so I didn't do the watch. Obviously, there was no watch along last week because I was working, and then that was when Tom was going through the process of everything. So there was no watch along last week. Jeffrey Schlupp, what a name. I just need to say it now because I didn't get the opportunity then. What a name. Jeffrey Schlupp. Two P's, not even one, two. Ugh, beautiful. Jeffrey as well. Oh. And spelt with a J. Oh, it's just a thing of beauty. Jeffrey Schlupp. That's what a quite a fullback. It's just things you would love to see. It's good to see us doing a sub, by the way. It wasn't quite 69, it was 67. But good to see us making at least a bit of forward momentum with the substitution, trying to do something a bit better. And I agree with it to an extent. I think I probably would have taken off Noble personally and gone for it a bit more. But I understand his reasoning, and hopefully getting someone on with a bit more. Benrahma's a better dribbler, and then it's a good opportunity. Haller down. Bowen tries to wriggle out of space, and they've recovered brilliantly, Chelsea. Good cross in. It was a decent opportunity there. I tell you what, Chelsea didn't half recover well there. They seemed to be at 6s and 7s, and then the second Bowen had touched the ball 3 times, they were perfectly back in position. That's done well drilled defending right there. As I was saying, you would suspect with Benrahma, who's a better dribbler than Fornals and stuff, to maybe stop, give him a little bit more trouble. Because Fornals as a left winger is just a bit too, not as dynamic enough for me as I'd want, you know. Despite loving Fornals, and I think he should start. I'd start him in the middle as a 10 sort of thing. So it's good to see us go for it and not as late as we usually do. Good to see us at least step forward a little bit. There is still something to be got from this game. If we were to get a point out of this, I tell you what, I'd be happy. I'd be happy with a point out of this. Have us check orchestra, James. Yeah, listen, I could probably conduct. You know, I've got timing. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. You know, I've got the timing. I could do it. Do it one-handed. You know, I've been to the Royal Albert Hall. I'm sure that information through osmosis has come into my brain, and I can sort of, you know, my nan listened to Radio 4. You know. Now, did I go to watch wrestling at the Royal Albert Hall? Yeah, damn right I did. But the point is that I've been there. Okay, I've been there twice. One was to see Marina of the Diamonds. The other one was to see wrestling. So neither really orchestral, but at the same time, I've been there, done that. Stats on screen 6-6. We haven't had a single shot on target. My God. Not a bad situation. I mean, we've had 6 shots. It's just none of them have been on target. Let's have a look. I've got Who Scored up on the side just to see. Thomas Suchek's had 2 shots. Just in case I want to be able to pull up. We've had 3 key passes. I mean, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Sean Swadley, wrestling podcast or streams, Charlie? Yes, Sean. You raise a good point. I did do a wrestling channel for a while, which some people were involved with. It was just difficult to keep up. Whenever you do something with a lot of people, it's always difficult to find the time for everyone to do stuff. Myself and one of my best friends, Luke, we're looking into doing it. We've just started a production company together to do video stuff in general, but we're looking into that. What I'd say is follow ATopLad on Twitter, and if it comes to pass, it comes to pass. I would suspect it will, heading into sort of Mania time. The road to WrestleMania, of course, begins next month, so I suspect it will then. But follow at ATopLad on Twitter, and if it happens, trust me, it'll happen, because I've got a lot of things to say. A lot of things to say, as some people in the chat will attest. Because my God, can I not shut up sometimes? Oh, I've just seen Clips' comment again about Schlupp. I just love Jeffrey Schlupp. Someone said something about Jeffrey. There you go. Jeffrey Schlupp bothers me so much. It's a Jeff thing. Mate, support the boy. Support the boy. Come on. Support Jeffries everywhere. You know what I mean? Never met a Jeff I didn't like. Have I ever met any Jeffs IRL? No. But I've never met one I didn't like, and that's the point. I've met online. Jeffrey Stelly, big boy doing big bits. Jeffrey Schlupp, big boy doing big bits. Jeff from Community, big boy doing big bits. Can't name another Jeff. But 3 Jeff. Jeff Keighley, big boy doing big bits from video games. There you go. There's 4 Jeffs right there, and I like all of them. Jeffrey Schlupp, oh boy. Foshizi's all about a wrestling chat. He knows. Again, I won't get into it. See, here's the thing. As much as I want to get into it right now, I realise there's now not another person here to save me. So I won't. But no, I'm tempted. Ball to the back post. Sort of just floated over everyone there, didn't it? It's very weird. Oh, good ball. Declan Rice. Ball back across wasn't really any good, but the ball to him was excellent. What? The guitar? I was just proving I had a guitar. What's the hate? Getting a lot of hate. Jeffrey the Butler and Fresh Prince. There you go. Another great Jeff. Do you know what I mean? He had good moves as well. He had great moves. So check just over the top. Headed back across. Mendy gets collection. It's seeing a bit more joy now from the crosses. We're finding people a little bit more. Socek is just camped in the box. Socek's movement, by the way, in the box is so good. It's very exciting for me. I do like it. It's very exciting for me. Gio's real name is Geofree. No comment. No comment. There's people talking about wrestling, and I want to talk about it so much. But I know there's not someone here to save me, so I won't. What would my wrestling name be? It's a good question. I've said this before, right? So my friend Luke, right, who I'm probably going to be doing this thing with, he's training to be a wrestler. I convinced him to, because he's always wanted to do it, and he never did it. There was a time before we met, about 4 years ago, where he was going to do it, but he got talked out of it by his other half at the time. So then I met him, and I was like, you got to do it, bro. Like, follow your dreams. Do you know what I mean? Chase them. Go for it. And so he's actually training. He's actually training to become a wrestler. And he's asked me if I would do it. But the thing is, right, is I don't necessarily want to be a wrestler. I would love to A, be a commentator, or B, be a manager. I want to be the guy on the sidelines who chats all the nonsense and then sets off, and then just, and then other people can do my fighting for me. Paul Heyman, Bob the Brain, big boys, Jim Cornette. I want to be a manager. But Charlie Walsh isn't really a wrestling name. I'd have to think of something else. Charles. I don't know. Depends what kind of manager I'd be as well. I'm pulling it out. But I think I could be a good manager. Or a ref. I'd quite like to be a ref as well. I actually low-key was about to start training to become a ref before the Rona. Your friend needs to move near me because the opportunities in Florida. There are opportunities in Florida. There are quite a few around there. There's a couple of major companies that seem to run very frequently in Florida, aka WWE and AEW. I mean, to be fair, London's a pretty busting wrestling scene as well. Obviously not to the same scale as Florida, but the scene is at least hot. Jimmy Hart, the Mouth of the South, another great boy. Also a great composer of music. There you go. He, of course, composed many theme songs, including The American Dream. He's just a common man, working hard for the... Okay, I'm going to stop now. I apologise, everyone. But this game, I can't stress this game is there for the taking. I'm starting to get a deeper sense of feeling that it's just going to patter out of being 1-0. But I can't... This game is there for the taking. If we stepped into it just ever so slightly, this could be something. Like, Chelsea are good, and they've been... I don't know if they've been the better side, if I'm being honest, actually. I don't know if they're the better side. They've been good, but they've not been that much better than us, if they have been. I don't know. I feel like we could get something from this game. It's just a case of... Well, I guess we didn't really... I mean, the change was like for like in terms of numbers. It wasn't really changing the dynamics of the team too much. But it was a positive substitution at least. And I feel like Chelsea aren't great defensively. I feel like there's definitely something... to be... Well, I feel like it's definitely an opportunity to... So Tammy Abraham scored. Right as I said that I felt like it could peter out into a 1-0, Tammy Abraham gets the goal. And it was, if we're being honest, it was very easy, wasn't it? Let's pull it up. Let's look at it. So it starts with Mendy, who just punts it. Route 1. Abraham nods it down to Mason Mount, who just strides into the space, out to Pulisic, cuts back, pulls it. Oh, that's brilliant. Great movement from Abraham's. Great spot by Timo Werner, sorry, not Pulisic, who pulls it back across, and Abraham's just in complete acres of space, barely touches it. He barely touches it. If anything, probably Timo Werner, who miskicks it on the way through, actually. Almost didn't even have to touch it, did Tammy Abraham, but it's in. And this is what I was trying to say about the pullback thing. This is what I was trying to say about, I'm actually more scared of like Chelsea getting to the byline and then pulling it back or trying to do something on the floor than I am them crossing the ball into the box. Because I just think when the ball is on the floor, I feel like we're at sort of at 6s and 7s, whereas I feel like if it's in the air, we can deal with it all night, all day. Frustratingly easy. It's 2-0. It's 2-0. Yeah. I feel like the game's gone now. I feel like at 1-0 it was there to maybe get a draw from, but I feel like at this point it's done. I feel like it's gone. It's 3. Okay, let me just change that score again. Let me just change that score again. It's now 3. Incredibly quick double. The game is 100% gone now. And again, completely all over the shop defensively. I'm seeing the replay here. It's played out to Mount on the left, who pulls it back across. It's a good finish by Tammy Abraham. So Tammy Abraham actually starts the move. So Pulisic was charging through the centre, pulls it back out to Mount. It looked like it was slightly lost for a second, but no one challenges him. He has the time to pick out a cross. He puts it into the path of Pulisic, who was in an incredible position. Can't quite get the finish. Him and Fabianski just sort of flailing in the air together, and it lands at the feet of Tammy Abraham, who reacts fastest, who slots it into an open net from a not too tight, not too easy angle, but not a difficult one. It's 3, and the game is definitely gone now. There was an opportunity there where I felt like it maybe wouldn't have been. It may be at 1-0. I felt like there was still something to be got from it. 2, I felt like it was gone. I didn't see us scoring 2. 3, it's dead and buried. It's dead and buried. Frustrating. There was an opportunity here. There definitely was an opportunity if we'd been a bit more adventurous potentially at half time. Even with the substitution, a bit more adventurous, maybe taking off Noble or something for Benrahma instead of Fornals. But unfortunately it's 3. So I did see a lot of people at the time saying stuff about Cresswell, and that's when the third went in. So I assume that's what people were talking about. Very, very frustrating. Very, very frustrating. It's not frustrating. It's just disappointing, isn't it? It's not the end of the world. It's Chelsea at the end of the day, away. So as Gio said earlier, it's Chelsea away. So you're not too. It's not the deepest situation you've ever seen in your life. But at the same time, game's gone now. Game has gone. So, Adrian Whitfield, being unimpressed by Chelsea tonight, but yet again we concede goals in quick succession. Yeah, we seem to be most susceptible when we've just scored. You know what I mean? Charlie, honest opinion, how much do you think Moyes needs in January to make a difference in the squad, and how much do you think he gets? How much do I think he gets? I think he gets nothing. I think there is zero money in the bank. There shouldn't be. It makes no sense that there shouldn't be. But I don't think there's money. I don't think money exists in the team. I think he would have to sell. I think the excuse is already built in. I think you have Benrahma sitting there, who's currently on loan, and at the end of in summer is going to have to be 25 mil. So I think the excuse is already there to not spend. I think realistically he needs to sell in order to spend. How much does he need to change it? I mean, it's a difficult question, right? I think that we've got a thin squad. We have a thin squad. And when you're in a situation with a thin squad, I don't think our starting 11's that bad. I think our starting 11's pretty decent-ish in one specific formation. Maybe two, actually. I think a 4-3-3 or a 4-2-3-1 could work. I think Noble's the wrong inclusion for that, but I think it could work. Outside of that, though, I think our starting 11's all right. I think it's past that. Like, you look at the bench today, I mean, 2 goalkeepers, 2 centre-backs, 2 right-backs. You're looking at a problem there, right? Realistically, are you... Part of the problem is say, look at Cresswell at left-back, right? Who people were just mentioning there. Would you rather play Masuaku at left back, like straight left back? No, you probably wouldn't. And so at that point, you say, okay, am I okay with getting a squad filler for that role, or do I need to get someone who will play first choice and then Cresswell or Masuaku become second choice? You'd probably prefer that. But then if you're looking at a first choice left back, you're looking in the sort of, let's say for us, you're looking in the 10 to 15 mil range, right? Probably 10 mil, around that. Then you look at the same for, you'd need probably another central midfielder, because as much as I like Noble and Snodgrass, I think, you're probably looking at one of them. I think we need a backup defensive midfielder, but that's backup thing, because if Rice gets injured, we're screwed. And Rice is leaving, so it is what it is. And January, the prices go up. It's difficult. I would say that in order to sort of make a positive effect on this team, you're probably looking at least 20 to 25 mil in January, probably, because you're looking at replacing first team players, really. And in order to get those, I mean, you're going to struggle. We won't get a better goalkeeper than Fabianski. We probably wouldn't be able to find a better right back than Sufal, which is fine, because I don't think you need to replace him. Centre backs, you're looking good. Centre midfield, you're looking good. So you're looking at backups there. Striker, Josh King is available, probably around the 10 mil mark, you'd imagine. Maybe less. I mean, if he was 15 mil in January, if he was 15 mil in the summer, and it's now 6 months later and he's still not got any better, you're probably looking at less than that. I think 20 to 25 mil, at the very least, and that's probably getting one player who gets into this. I think that would be a positive thing. I think that would be a good thing to do. If I was the board, I would sanction that, because I think you're looking at it, you're building. It's good, but at the same time, struggling. £5 from Ben Davis. Thank you, sir. Disappointing. We should have scored at least once to be expected. We would lose. Yeah, it's a shame, because I just really felt like there was something to be got. I can't lie, it's annoying, because I really felt like we could have done something here. And we haven't. We have not. How much do you think? That's a good question for you lot, actually. How much do you think Moyes would need in January to positively affect this team? I mean, because realistically, any backup's better than no backup. But how much would you say Moyes would need to be given in January to really make it a positive, to really have a positive effect on his team? It's an interesting question, actually. It got me thinking. I might have to use that on Two Spanners, One Hammer, the Patreon exclusive podcast made just for you. If you're a patron, hey, let me know if you want to be on it. You can come and be on it. Times, sweet, good times. I saw one other question I just want to answer very quickly. Sean Swadley, what's your favourite Attitude Era wrestler, Charlie? Who's your favourite all-time? My favourite all-time wrestler is Eddie Guerrero. I could say him for Attitude Era as well, but I feel like his peak was just after that, so I won't. If you're talking just specifically Attitude, obviously Stone Cold back in the day was the guy. I loved Jericho, but in my heart, I can't say anything but William Regal. William bloody Regal. He's one of those people, innit? He's just one of those bloody people. Come on, Will. Big William. Beautiful boy. Chippy says 50 mil. Ben Davis 25. Ionix 30 mil. Foshizi 30 to 40 mil. 2 quality players. Lewis Adams sell Haller for 20 mil and get Josh King. Eric Olstead 25. 8 mil will only get us another Ayeti or Hugo. Starting on my boy Hugo. I will end this stream. I won't. Jonathan Rees, Gold Dust. Love Gold Dust. Big Dust. And he's still doing it. I'm excited for his match this Wednesday on Dynamite against Evil Uno. Flipping love Gold. Okay, quick Gold Dust. I went to a WWE house show a couple of years ago, a Raw one at the O2. And on the card was Goldust versus Braun Strowman. Oh, I was so hyped because Goldust came out. I wasn't expecting it, and then he rocked up, and it was very exciting for me. 50 mil, but if you get 2 or 3 long-term injuries, you'll need 100 mil. This is the problem, is when you have a small squad, and Timo Werner rattles off the bar. Flipping egg. He's just not happening for him, is it? Just not happening for him. Yeah, the thing is with the small squad is any long-term injury really gets to you. Really gets to you. Give the youth a chance. We've got good players in there. Johnson, Odebeko, Longello need more opportunities. Hammer, Ollie. I agree. I think we should be giving the youth. If you're again, I don't necessarily have a problem with doing a small squad. But if you are, give them an opportunity. Give them the opportunity to run out. As Gio said, I didn't know about this breakout of Rona. But if that is what happened, then it's kind of understandable to an extent. But it's frustrating. It's frustrating. 1999 from Wally. Thank you, sir. What a beautiful man on two spanners, one hammer all the time. Well done, Solo Charlie. Thank you. It's been a stress. My voice is going to be gone. So we move. You got to try it though, right? Thankfully, I did two spanners yesterday with Irish Tommy, so I don't have to sit and do two spanners now today or tomorrow, so my voice can relax. My voice can chill. I'm leading up to Christmas. Oh, CB with the rockers. Yes. Ryan Fredericks coming on for Jared Bowen. Okay, David Moyes. Okay. Okie dokie. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do, sir. Very confusing. I should say as we're getting close to full time here, that Gonzo will be live doing a review on his ones about a minute after full time. I will spam the link in the chat so you don't have to do anything. Roll over. See his review. It was a grand old time. It's a grand old time. Jonathan Rees, who is going to replace Tom? Rebecca or Fashizi? Listen, Fashizi's always welcome. He knows this. But as my phone falls down once again, check the Discord link below. On December 26th, I will be making an announcement on there about how this is going to work. The long and short of it is no one will be replacing him full time. I don't think anyone could. There will be guests on sporadically here and there. There will be guests on each stream. And also, maybe you. Like I said, Discord, 26th of December. Discord, 26th of December. Welcome to the life of the teacher. 3 days like this every week. But yeah, I can imagine, Jeffrey. Thank you, everyone who said anything kind and hung out today. In fact, let me just, who is around right now? Let's give them the shout outs they deserve. Abdu, Alan, Ben, Boot, Charlie Boy, Chippy, Dave, Eric, Faux Sheezy, Hammer, Ollie, Ian Wilkins, Iron X1, Jabs, Jeffrey Stelly, Jonathan Rees, Jordan Lane, Khalid, Lee, Lewis, Michael, Rebecca, Sean, SKS, the real AI, Wally World. Someone else appeared up there and I couldn't see it when it happened. Thank you all for joining me. I genuinely do appreciate it. It's been a bit all over the shop today. Getting everything ready. I've been sort of done a lot. Like I said, the graphics aren't final by any stretch of imagination. The thumbnail's not final. I do genuinely appreciate you rocking up and appreciate any support and anything, and keeping me company, and keeping me sane for the last 2 hours. Thankfully, you won't have to listen to me much longer. Like I said, Gonzo will be replaced. Will replace me very soon. And I'll get. In fact, let me go get that link now. Because I think this game. I don't think anything's gonna happen. Let's be real. Fo says I'm replacing Stan full time. Charlie's line. Listen, Fo. If you wanted to, you'd be more than welcome to. No one will replace Stan full time unless it's you. Then I will replace him full time. Until that point, it will be no one else. You are the only person allowed to do it, Fo. No one else. That's my stance on the issue. Thank you, everyone. I do appreciate it. I met RVD and Regal, among others, at Universal Studios when I was a kid. Got a signed RVD poster and picture with Big Papa. Yeah, Sean, yes. Were you must have been at a TNA taping then, I guess. If that's what was at Universal Studios, that would be my guess. Did Regal ever go TNA? I can't remember. He must have at some point. Regal, what a man. Flipping love Regal. I've seen him once in real life from afar, and I was very excited. I cannot lie to you. but it didn't. He wasn't. He wasn't close enough for me to talk to. It was at a show, and he was just there. Right, Gonzo's thing is about to go live. Let me get the link for you all. Here we go. Here you go, everyone. Here is the link. The quote today. Go into his chat. And what I want you to do is go WCW before the takeover. That makes sense. Yes, that makes sense. Right, the link is in the chat. Click on it. Go watch Gonzo's thing. And I would say the thing to say, just wish him a Merry Christmas. Wish him a Merry Christmas from the watch along. Go have fun, enjoy it. Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy holidays. Whatever you're doing over this period, I really do genuinely hope you have a good time. I will be back on the 27th for a watch along for whatever game that is, which I can't remember for the life of me. Good times. Have a grand old life. As I said, go click it. Just wish him a happy Christmas. Farewell, everyone. 3-0. What a sham. What a sham. Bye.